The way you treat yourself is really important if you have a chronic health condition like ME, CFS, fibromyalgia, long COVID, and related conditions. If your inner voice is a stern critic, quick to judge, if you have the tendency to be hard on yourself when you slip up, this can create a lot of stress in your body, and this can make it difficult for your body to heal. In this video, I'm going to share 5 strategies to help you connect to that part of you that is wise, whatever you want to call it, whether it's your inner coach, your cheerleader. In fact, let me know what you want to call that part. Consider this question: is that part of you kind to yourself, or is it only kind to others? So if you recognize that you do have an inner critic, or just want to strengthen that voice in your head that is on your side, keep watching, because I'm going to explore how to tap into that part of you. And when you do that, you reduce the stress in your system, and this helps your body's healing. And I've worked with people who've had profound changes from just making this shift, from being very self-critical to being their own cheerleader. So if you don't know me, my name's Simon Pimenta, and I had ME, CFS, fibromyalgia for 8-9 years at one point. Couldn't walk for 1 minute, got back to life, got back to work, loving life. All right. So this video is part of a mini course. So someone asked me the question, do I have a free course? So I've created a number of videos. Here is this playlist, Exploring Recovery. So just check it out. People have given me a lot of lovely feedback on this second video in particular, where I share a strategy that I found really helpful. So do check out that playlist, watch these videos. What I cover in those videos is a mini taster of my Building Resilience course. So the first thing that we look at is getting clarity, understanding what's going on, why you aren't recovering as quickly as you'd like. We explore how to break patterns. We explore mind power and how to tap into it. Sustainable movement. I haven't made a video on essential eating. If you'd like me to do that, let me know. And last week I talked about sound sleep, and I'll create 2 videos to help you understand how to improve your sleep. And in this session, and maybe over a number of weeks, we're going to explore relationship to self. So as I say, do check out that playlist which covers these topics that we've looked at so far. So what is your dominant voice? Is it that critic, or is it your cheerleader? So understanding whether your dominant voice is the critic or the cheerleader is powerful, because it's a way of getting insight into yourself. And by the end of this video, you'll not only recognize which voice is louder, but you'll also have some practical tools to nurture your inner cheerleader, or as I say, whatever you want to call it. Let me know what you want to call that part of you. So let's start with exploring what are the origins of the critic. So for many of us, that voice feels like it's been around for a long time. But the important thing is, it's not really who you are. The critic is a learned behavior, often shaped by our experiences growing up. Maybe you were held to high standards, experienced criticism, or faced trauma. So the critic often starts as a protector. It tries to help us avoid failure or rejection and or gain approval. But unfortunately, over time, it becomes this harsh, judgmental voice that keeps us stuck in self-doubt. So it's like having an overzealous coach who thinks that tearing you down is the only way to build you up. And some people really believe that that is a good strategy, but it isn't. We know from educational psychology that actually what helps people grow and change is support, encouragement, and being challenged in a constructive way. So take a moment to think about when your critic shows up. Is it when you've made a mistake? Is it when you're stepping out of your comfort zone, trying something new? Become aware of these patterns, because it's really important, okay? Consider the words of Eckhart Tolle. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. To put it another way, you can become the observer of your thoughts. So secondly, let's explore meeting your inner cheerleader, all right? The voice that you could choose to amplify if you wish. You don't have to, but many people find it preferable to having their critic run the show. Unlike the critic, the cheerleader isn't about ignoring challenges and pretending that everything is fine. It's about seeing yourself with compassion, encouraging yourself to keep going and celebrating even small steps. The cheerleader is the voice that says, "You've got this. I know today was tough, but you did your best. And it's okay if you make mistakes." So it doesn't sugarcoat things. It just chooses to be kind rather than critical and harsh. As Brené Brown says, talk to yourself like you would to someone you love. Think about how different your life could feel if that was your default inner voice. So let's explore shifting from critic to cheerleader. So here's a few practical tips. Firstly, pause and notice. When your critic starts communicating, take a breath and ask the question, is this thought helpful? Often you'll realise it isn't. You could also ask yourself these 4 questions from Byron Katie. Is it true? Can you absolutely know what you're saying is true? How do you react? What happens when you believe that thought? 4th question is, what would you be without that thought? So if I'm saying to myself, "Oh, you're such an idiot for making that mistake," the question number 1, is it true? Is it true I'm an idiot? Well, no, sometimes I might make a mistake, but I'm still a good person. 2nd question, can you absolutely know it's true? No, because there is evidence that challenges the belief that I'm an idiot. Number 3, how do you react? What happens when you believe that thought? If I believe the thought that I'm an idiot, then I'm not going to feel good about myself. Okay, I might tend towards self-destructive patterns. 4, who would you be without that thought? Well, if I didn't believe I'm an idiot, I'd feel a lot better about myself. I would feel a lot more calm and content. So, 3rd strategy is to challenge the critic. Ask yourself, would I say this to a friend? If not, reframe the thought and the way you're behaving towards yourself with compassion and treat yourself as you would a friend. 4th strategy is to practice self-compassion. So, for example, I encourage clients to write down 3 things about yourself or something that you're proud of each day. I tend to do it when I go to bed. I just think of 3 things, then I write them down in the morning in my journal. That might feel weird doing that at first, but it is powerful, and people do say to me they find it beneficial. And as I mentioned in another video, people with kids get their kids to do that. They ask them, what's 3 things you've done today that you can feel proud of? You can give yourself a pat on the back for. And they tell me that their children really love it. So next strategy is to ground yourself. So practicing really simple techniques like deep breathing or a quick body scan to calm your nervous system. If you'd like my breathing cheat sheet with 7 strategies, just comment breath below. Okay, or you could do a simple body scan to calm your nervous system. And this creates the space for a kinder voice to emerge. Next strategy, celebrate the wins. No matter how small, acknowledge what you've done well. Remember Maya Angelou's words, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. In closing, shifting your inner dialogue isn't about silencing the inner critic completely. It's about giving the cheerleader more airtime. It's like strengthening a muscle. The more you practice self-compassion, the easier it becomes to hear your cheerleader voice. So my challenge for you today is to just take one small step. What could it be? It might be writing down your 3 achievements, taking time to pause, reframing a critical thought, into something more constructive. If you'd like my Reframing cheat sheet, which helps you train your mind to find more useful ways of looking at things, then comment Reframe below. An example of that is if someone's saying to themselves, I'm never going to get well, they could reframe that into, I'm experiencing challenges and I trust in my mind and body's incredible healing power. So I'd love to hear from you. Do share your thoughts in the comments. What helps you shift from critic to cheerleader? Or what's one thing you want to put into practice after watching this video? Final quote for you. You've been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. That's from Louise Hay. I would suggest that when we do that, magic can happen. So, as I say, do leave your comments. Leave me a like. It will help other people find the video. And do share the video if you found it helpful. If you like more tips, do join my Facebook group, link below this video. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, more active on TikTok. And if you do want more help, then you're welcome to join the Resilience Group Coaching, which I'm doing until Christmas. And there's no charge for that. You're welcome to make a donation. If you'd like to know more about that, type the word group below. So dare to dream big dreams. Keep going. You've got this. Wishing you great health. Thanks for watching this video. Bye for now.